Hello everyone, it's Peter here, Listener. How you doing, guys? So, I'm doing a Sony TV, super flat, and I'm just going to for children quickly to school. So I thought if I want to record a video about this soon, I won't do it. I thought, oh well, let me crack on. I'll upload it and schedule it, and it will be fine. Okay, so if somebody is interested what came, for sure you're not interested in this. And repetition is the key. That subwoofer to work on. Few jobs per day is a no joke. No joke. Repetition is the key, yeah. Okay. Anything else? Again. So, one of my apprentices have damaged the soldering iron. It was my fault, but hey ho. I could look on what he's doing and I could respond. I didn't. So I said, you know what, forget about it. I'll just buy another one. It's heating with only 100% power, like no limitations. The tip is getting super hot. Like when I seen it, okay, this was red, just red. So I said, let me buy. There is a newer model. I'll just buy this newer model. And I came back from the holiday and came time to buy it. Now, there are footies. So it's a T12-959, newer one than we had. It's not a DIY. Okay. This feeling is always good. So we will see what it is, because it's supposed to be 230 volts and T12. And of course, why send British cable? Yes, why? You know, like let's don't care about it. You know, like what's the point? But for the price, I would say one standard tip, 1K tip, and some user manual made in China. I would be surprised if that would be done anywhere else. Okay, so that's Chinese, no comprendo. That's English. Okay, good. So they still want to screw in this, whereas I never do it. I've done it once, and then when I wanted to use quick mount, I said no. So either I would have to get 2 irons, so second like that, and keep one micro soldering tip and one regular size, because those 2 I'm using like most of the time, and then that would be screwable. So that's when I could take this one out. Yes, insert it like that, and then I would be able to screw it, and that would make sense, because I would have only 2 types which I'm using the most, and that's not a problem. Yes, now this is T12-907, so it's not even the model which is the rest of the station. Now I bought, and there were 3 sponges. One has an extra press for whatever reason. You can take it out. Happy days. And this one, yes, it's stiff, stable. Yeah, it's stable. It's quite heavy. A bit lighter than the station is. Okay, let's plug in. Would you not say? let's plug in. So we've got one wire. I'll plug into the mains. I won't plug it to the solar panels because just because I can. Okay, we get a light. Here is no tool. They write there's no tool. So it's a simple, straightforward, and I will show you the AliExpress listing as well as the last one. So now, no tool again. Okay, so if I won't insert this, or maybe I will insert bigger tip, K-tip. Okay, going quite okay. So now let's switch on. Okay, now it's red. Red is the danger. I don't see it. Okay, so what it does, it's 365. So it's a Celsius here. Can go down. Power 0. The lowest it's 200 or 500. I can turn and it is warm. Definitely it's warm. 150. Boost. 100. 150 boost. Set boost. I can set now. Okay, so it has you set up the boost level to what temp it will boost from the freeze. So that's a nice stuff. I didn't have this yet. So probably what I would do is I would leave it on the 100, because sometimes I'm just leaving it and speaking to customers when they are coming. So you know, so I would say yes, definitely. But is it hot enough now? No, it shouldn't be hot enough. It is bubbling, but it should be less than melting temp. Yeah, it is. It's showing 200, but I don't believe in it. Boost 150. Okay, 130. Let's make 220. Okay. 275. Oh, it was melted. Okay, so it's holding. So the speed is similar. It's nothing, like there's no major difference in between our ones and this. Should be. Okay, so it is melting, it's just that the tip is filthy and the tip won't hold this. But it is melting already. I would have to prep the tip, because the tip doesn't hold, it's overheated, and that's what's happening here. When we work a lot with electronics, we overheat these tips quite often. That's why it's worth to go down to 100. Press and go down to 100. Oh, now, so yeah, but it is okay, it is working. So let's switch it off. So I've got a new station, good, because the old one was, well, I have one, and my one is dodgy. This one was now damaged, so I didn't have. So we need to switch to this and go to orders. So I bought for 28.26 this one. and let's look what it is. 5-pin 907 handle. 3 seconds heat up, 6 seconds melt tin. Yes, so that's quick. That's really quick. That's like a regular T12 good soldering iron. Now this is temp from 100 to 480, which is good because my one was 200. Yes, so I didn't have. My wife's, I think, station has 100 minimum. So the first one wasn't that, you know, awesome anyway. What else it's here? No, the iron tip do not work continuously. High temperature works in easy to damage the tip. Exactly. Ordinary soldering melting point is 100. Yeah, but that's for leaded. A lead-free solder, yes, exactly. 227. I agree with that. Not always, but most of them, at least. Sorry, you don't see everything. Hopefully you see. Temperature, the dividing line. Higher temp 380 iron had oxidation and less of extremely fast. Loss is extremely fast. That's what I said to you. You know, our tips are wearing off much quicker. Core life, yes, extremely fast. Seriously affect the heating core life. The higher than 380 temperature display will be beating. The higher temperature, the greater the beating. Recommended is 300 to 380 for welding work. Most of the work can be carried out. The temperature beating is normal, does not affect the use. Okay, so what we're doing is we're just literally trying to use a combination of the hot air with iron, and this way we don't have to use so much hot air and so much iron power. Yes, this way we can like divide it, and that's I think should expand the lifespan of the soldering iron. The soldering iron used in the soldering station is a brand new soldering iron tip. Due to the unstable resistance of the new soldering iron tip, the temperature will jump or error, which is normal. After several times of use, the stability will gradually stabilize. If you mind, please do not buy. Yeah, well, who mind? It's cheap. Somebody mind this, you know, it's really not responsible. So they shown here one. They didn't say that they will get. If you choose to place an order in the choice store, we cannot change the default soldering tip, just can be send default tips. We also can't change the power cable. Default is U plug. So you see, so now we know it's just the way it is. So here is set, another set, and here is another set. I didn't take with all those bits because I didn't have a need for that. So I took with one iron, one tip, and one stand, because we didn't have second full stable stand. We did have only like a wobbly from cheap iron. So guys, you see, 28 pounds. 28 pounds is not dear. Let's face it, is it dear? 28 pounds? I would say it's super cheap. And that's really professional. That really good. It's allow you to do all our jobs. I did at the start jobs with the cheaper one, and it wasn't bad. It's just that the heating time was much longer, and within time when those tips were off, this sometimes I had to wait like about a minute before it will just heat up. Unfortunately, you know, it's not efficient if you've got a lot of work, yes, and then you need to wait and you should do it, and there's another 10 jobs waiting on you. What you gonna do? So I would say that this is better. Yes, these tips are not super cheap, that's true, but they are heating up quicker, and then later when they are worn off, you can use them for certain jobs. You won't be using them for some of the jobs. So it's good to have some like more tips, not just one tip, and it's good to have segregation, because it's quick pull out, pull. Yes, it's just, you see, here is not hot, yes, so you can just take it out. If like me you don't use this screw and thingy, this, and replace it with. So if you know that's wear off and that doesn't have the same properties as it has as the original one, but you can still use it for many things, like you can use it for HDMI port replacement when you do ground pads, because you're melting with this and then you've got hot air to melt 19 pins, and this will be still good if there are, even after a year, if it will survive. Yes, so you see, you just need to learn your equipment and work with it, and the more you work, the more you know what's working. If something doesn't melt, if something doesn't work, you should ask yourself what could change. And if you don't know what have changed, you can ask us, even down in the comment below. You can ask it, because we're working with it, we know it. I know that it's easy to overheat these tips, and I'm buying a few of them, like J or JK or JL02 is the tip which we use the most. Like here it's bent and it's quite long, and it's a micro tip of this. Yes, so JL-02, JL02, that's the tip which I'm using the most. It's fully capable of doing awesome jobs, and it's cheap. It's really cheap. So yes, you will be, the more work you will be doing it, the more tips you will be wearing off, but at the end of the day it's not that bad. Yes, like you won't be using 10 tips per year of one kind. If you've got a lot of work, you might be using every tip every few months. Yes, like if you've got a lot of work. If no, those tips might last you for a long time, as long as you see you won't be overheating them. Try to melt not above 300 degrees. Try to learn using iron not above 300 degrees, and sometimes it's good to use hot air in a combination with iron rather than going to extremes and taking it above. Yes, this way, believe me, you'll see the difference in your workflow. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully it's a lesson for you, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.